Hey, welcome back to Change the Odds podcast for marriage and family. We're never meant to be a game of chance. We're back.
We're back, baby.
We're back. The nations are uniting.
Yeah.
Adrienne, you've been gone. You've been in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
What's that
Since
been like?
you've been gone.
Okay.
No?
Wow, you can see for the first time. Okay.
Nice, Cal.
So you've been with in-laws? Where have you? Parents?
We're both from the same hometown in Canada, so
Okay.
I've been with all of the family.
Okay.
Yeah.
So last week it was just me and Blaine.
Yeah.
It was nice, wasn't it?
Here was our bet. Our bet
no.
was one that you wouldn't listen to it.
Oh yeah, no.
Wow. Although you should. Although the
should.
guests should listen.
I haven't had time.
No, I just haven't had time. No. It's
Yeah.
one of our best, most viewed episodes recently.
Oh well, I
Everybody
guess you're
wants-
not
yeah, just
needing me anymore.
me
Is
this
that what
last
you're
week.
saying?
So summer
Yeah.
with the parents and the in-laws.
Yep. Blaine joined us for the first half, and then the last 2 years, I've just stayed longer because my mom got diagnosed with cancer a year ago, and she's doing quite well. So,
Yeah.
but it's just nice to have an extended amount of time with both our families, and
Yeah.
Blaine has to work. So,
Yeah.
kids and I stayed another like 2 weeks, and then we flew back in on the weekend.
So what's it like I want to hear from both of you, right? So you're navigating, here's what I love, because a lot of our listeners are in this situation. You're navigating, you live way away from parents.
Yeah.
So how do we still honor them? How do we still have them
Yeah.
involved in the lives of the grandkids?
Yeah.
At the same time, wink, wink, it's not always a bad thing that we have a little bit of distance as well. How do y'all navigate that? And is it difficult or is it pretty easy now?
I mean, we've had a lot of years to figure it out, but it has been tricky. Just because we have to split the time because it's not like if we were just going to see my family, it would be like, oh, we can just
Yeah.
be with them. But we have to split the time between both families. And both families, we just love being with them both. So we've had to really communicate with both sides and make a plan. Because if we don't make a plan, then people's feelings get hurt,
Yeah.
So we're just very kind of upfront, like, okay, this is our plan. If you want to schedule something, do it, because otherwise things come up.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if you feel this way. So I always feel whenever we're back home, because same situation. So you have my mom on one side, my dad on the
Yeah.
other side, you have Jenny's
Yeah.
family as well. I almost always feel guilty about where I'm not.
yeah,
Like, all right, I get to spend time with this person. Oh, but I'm not over there, and I should be over there because I
Yeah.
don't get home very, very often.
or you're just like, I maybe not as much guilt, but just worrying that the other person's like upset that you're not there,
yeah.
type of thing.
Yeah.
So, but I think we did a good job this summer. I mean,
We
I hope
also,
so.
and this is maybe a little passive aggressive and maybe just aggressive. We bought a new mattress for my mother-in-law for her guest bedroom.
so that you have some.
like, this ain't working.
You're like, we can't
This-
sleep on that.
So
Here's
it's,
that's
it's
smart.
country, it's farm. I
Yeah.
mean, literally, I bet you her mattress.
Oh, at her
is-
house.
Yes.
Yeah, they
I bet you
gave her a mattress for themselves.
Yes, I bet you her mattress is 50 years old. She
Yeah.
doesn't care. I
They're-
mean, one of the most kind, compassionate women, but tough. I mean, farm tough. And so the idea of me walking in going, "Hey, your mattress isn't soft enough," is clearly not going to happen. And so
city boy.
one day,
You're soft, son.
one day, Jenny's ordering something. I'm like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Oh, I'm ordering us a new mattress from my mom's house." And so
Bit of a
we
boss move,
we
and
just
I'm here
bought-
for it.
Bought that was her gift. Congratulations, we're upgrading your guest room because it's
Yeah.
not working for us.
Yeah. I would say communication. I know you didn't ask me, but you kind of been talking. I've just been sitting
Oh,
here
yeah, you're
listening.
here.
So
I
I'm
should
here.
do an episode just with Adrienne.
You should. I'd like to just watch in
Because
person.
you would see it.
But I think it is firm communication. Expectations are met because
and stated
and
almost.
set.
Yeah.
And it went from 5 years ago, like, why are we doing this? We'll make no one happy because we were trying to make everyone happy.
No.
To we are now going to make ourselves happy. Going to spend this money to go back, enjoy our time. Here's this, here's that. We love you guys. All the best. And it's hard to not acknowledge the fact like they're mad. If they get mad, they're mad because they want to be with you.
Yeah, it's like
not
all
a-
out of love.
yeah,
grieving.
It's
Yeah, of
it's an
course.
interesting
There-
moment.
It's the anger is a sign of the grief that's actually going
Yeah.
on underneath.
But we've also discovered their expectations and their wants, and Adrienne's done an incredible job of like making extra effort to bring the kids over, do the things, do the extra things, because she now knows on either side what really means a lot to them,
Yeah.
right? So we're not just doing things because, well, we got to fill the time. It's like, no, it's meant for
Intentional.
intentional
and
things.
we're not perfect, of course. We can do things better all the time, but
Well, notice what I think is interesting here that what y'all have learned is So early on, it feels like you don't want to be too demanding. You want to be open to everybody. So you come in with no communication and no plan, and it probably frustrates everybody, y'all being the most. Now you come in what feels like almost more selfish the way you said it was interesting. We're just going to make ourselves happy. All right, but I get the perspective there. But what has that led to? It's actually led to a better experience by everybody. So the plan coming in and the clarity, because what happens here, I think especially with parents who are away, there's so much grief of we miss you, we want to see you. We know this as parents, what this is like. That if just a little bit of clarity kind of gives sets some expectations, which keeps that conflict from being so major.
And we would analyze us. We would have been anxious attachment to them in that world to try to appease. Now we're secure. Now the microphone keeps dropping.
So nothing I can do about that. So.
I don't know. So, but at the same time,
those who are listening don't really care.
I just didn't know if that would have. Anyway,
she does. So then, therefore, now we're confident in it, and it's honoring. It's not. We're not here. Take our kids, and we're off to the.
Although we don't hate that.
We would be.
Oh yeah.
They know that too.
Yes.
They know. Can we just take your kids? Sure.
Yes, please.
And there is no guilt because we would feel guilty about taking our kids to go off. But we learned from my brother Matt, who he just drops his kids off and goes.
Just goes.
Yeah.
Have you seen?
Wow, shout out to Matt.
Have you seen from them now where they're starting to communicate more, or they're kind of starting to make plans?
Yes. I've kind of had to train my family too because we there's less of us and we're more just like a hangout. We don't do activities. So I've had to be like, okay, Mom, if there's something you want to do, schedule it, because then if there's nothing going on, I will take an invitation somewhere else. You know. So
whereas my family is big family, loud family, busy family.
Way more people.
So it's like, what's everybody doing tonight? Let's just go and do it. Sure, sounds good.
Yeah. No, you guys schedule.
Oh, we schedule.
You're like, we have dinners, this.
Yeah.
Oh, because of more people trying to figure that out.
But I'm saying even on the nights that we don't, which if we're quiet, we're assuming it's on the other side to have a dinner with them. If we don't schedule the dinner with Adrienne's side, suddenly it's an open night, and then it's like, oh my gosh, So yeah. Which anyway.
I just love that how y'all have modeled for them. Hey, we're going to be a little bit more intentional about this, a little bit more open about what we're actually going to do. Which then you would think, oh well, that's going to hinder them. That's going to limit them. Instead, it empowers them to go, oh, well now we got to make plans. And the next thing you know, now everybody's communicating in a much better way, and it becomes an easy experience.
Well, yeah.
I think there's also a note within this as well. If you're a young family, first few kids are coming along, you're going to struggle with this.
Oh yeah. It took many years for us to figure this out.
And that's okay. There's a process. Be kind, learn, be curious. You don't have to struggle as long as we did.
Yeah.
You can learn from us, but nobody's going to walk out and just get this right the first
And
gig.
you got different personalities you're dealing with. It's a whole learning process.
And it's interesting on my side, all the grandkids are getting older now. So now it's like entering a new dynamic of we all want to be there. The whole family wants to be there, but now they're getting married, they're working, they are creating their own world. So now it's like, can they all still come to the family? I can't wait to watch it unfold.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So here's what we're going to talk about today. So we had another episode that was planned, and we'll shoot that for a later time. But here's what we're going to talk about today is there's a hidden side of vacation that I think a lot of people experience, but nobody recognizes how common of an experience that actually is. And that is the role that frustration plays before, during, and after this thing that we so look forward to and can't wait. And I tell anybody right now, hey, I'm going to give you a vacation, and they're so excited. But then there is this underlying emotion that is present. And many people don't recognize, one, that everybody feels it, but then two, they don't understand what is actually going on. So that's what we're going to talk about. But first, Adrienne, we have to plug the book because The Creation of Us, as this is being released right now, is 1 week away.
Co-written by us, by the way.
Co-written.
Just trying to get some royalties here. Not happening. We gave him a couple ideas.
But have you heard the dedication?
No.
It's not to you. So the dedication is always to Jenny. And
she still hasn't cried.
She actually hasn't mentioned it.
Has she read it?
So she's reading the book currently.
Oh, okay.
So I want to get your response to this dedication.
Okay.
To Jenny. Loving you is the easiest thing I get to do. Thank you for joining me in creating us.
Oh my gosh.
Simple and sweet.
Nothing. She hadn't even mentioned it.
Maybe she was like, give me a bit more.
No, I think she's more like, I clean the kitchen.
Yeah. You want to show me how you love me? Do stuff. I get that.
Words on a page, Kevin, mean nothing.
Yeah,
to me.
words are meaningless.
But go to Amazon, pick up The Creation of Us. And
Absolutely.
also,
Bestseller, babe.
It actually is.
Yeah.
Hopefully, by the time this is being viewed, it's the #1 book in America on marriage.
Hello, let's
Hopefully,
go.
we'll
Let's
see
go,
if
Kev.
you do your job
Yeah.
as the community of The Creation of Us. There's also an assessment there that we're going to be talking about in weeks to come. Free assessment, Creation of Us. It'll really kind of help you with where your marriage is. But here's what happened, Adrienne. Blaine and I were talking. We've been talking in your absence. Obviously, we did a podcast last week.
Yeah,
We've been talking
great.
in your absence. And there was a mention that coming back from vacation, it can be difficult.
It's very hard for me.
Yeah. So I want to talk about that because here's what I think. Here's my perception is people don't know how normal that is.
Yeah.
And my
Blaine.
difficulty, I have a very similar difficulty, but it's not after vacation. It's before.
Before.
So I think we're going to share something here. It's just going to express itself a little bit differently.
Okay.
So tell me about your experience now in Canada for how long?
A month.
A month. In Canada for a month. Kids are out of school.
Yes.
You're with your parents. You're with Blaine's parents. All this family, all this community, away from this community, which is sad.
Yep.
But with that community in a vacation-esque setting,
Yep.
different expectations. So what's it like leading up to it? What's it like there? What's it like then whenever you get home?
Okay. Leading up to it, there's excitement. Kids are super excited. Our son is packed 2 weeks already
Oh, wow.
before the trip. They all love it. A little bit of stress just trying to pack the bags because we did kind of 2 trips in one. We did Vancouver for a couple days. We drove to Vancouver, then we flew to Manitoba. So I had to make sure that everything we were taking in the car could fit in the suitcases. So just strategically planning all that, making sure our documents with immigration, we have all that. So light stress, but it's there. Mostly excitement. So during, it's great because I really do get to like hands off the kids. They're entertained. My favorite part about it is I don't have to cook like for a month. I don't have to think about food.
For a month.
Yeah. Because that's the hardest part for me. It's like, where are we going for dinner? Again, and
Oh,
again,
yeah.
and again. So I actually do get to relax.
So it's like a real vacation for you.
Yeah,
sometimes
in a
vacation
sense
isn't
where I can
vacation.
just like turn my brain off.
Yeah.
Not like I'm sitting by a beach and
Yeah.
you know, but it's a different kind of relaxation. Blaine's there, it's great, but then he leaves. So 2 weeks I'm solo parenting, which has its exhaustion that comes with it, but still going well because the kids are having fun.
And there's help.
And there's help.
There's distraction for them. Yeah.
We are all in the same bedroom, so we're together a lot.
Wow.
Which is fine. I like that. I like.
Even when you're there?
No, I get the other bedroom. They push me out of the room as a family.
Well, our kids just want to sleep with me all the
Mama.
time. Anyways,
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
fine
And I'm okay with that.
because he's getting sleep.
Because
Yeah.
you're sleeping. 'Cause
To be
you're
clear,
well
I am
rested.
not against this plan.
You know what? So just an interesting side note on that. When our kids were little, it was this very dogmatic from psychologists. Don't let that happen. Don't let them sleep
Yeah.
with you. They're going to train them not to. And all the research on that is flipped.
Really?
All the research on that now is as long as they need to, not a big deal. They'll work their way out of it. They have less stress. They know how to manage their emotions a whole lot better. They feel a whole lot more connected and bonded. So notice this, all the things that we did with our kids sleep schedule wise, current research is that totally screwed them up. So best of intentions,
Yes.
horrible outcomes. And we just got to look at that. We're doing the best we
Yeah,
can.
chalk it
We
With
up
don't
what
to-
we know.
but it also should be comforting to you guys to know that, you're right in line with all the latest research.
Well, thank the Lord for that. I mean,
It's horrible for your marriage, but it's great for you as an individual.
yeah. Well, it is what it is. Should we carry on with my journey
Yes,
of
yes.
vacation? Okay, so then coming home is my kids travel really well and they're getting older, so that's not as stressful. Crossing the border is just the most stressful part for me, but it was fine.
Are you afraid they might say no? Is that what it is?
Yeah, or like I did something wrong, or I don't know, just
Yeah.
like we're
So
stuck in
weird.
Canada.
It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I
Yeah.
get it.
But it
In the
was
mind.
easy. It was totally fine. Coming home is the hardest part for me, actually. And not because I am sad to leave my family, but at this point after a month, I'm ready to like get back
Yeah.
to my own home and our routine. And I just kind of come home angry. And Blaine goes, I know reentry is hard for you. So he's doing all these nice things. He's like, I make sure the house is clean. I've shaved my beard. Like, the car is clean. All the little things that will trigger me, he's trying to get ahead of. And there was like,
You'd be surprised though, Kev.
I always can find something.
something.
And I think what it is, it's like a really hard reality check for me to be like, okay, now I'm like responsible for everything again.
Yes.
I have to do all this laundry. I have to think of the meals. I have to make sure the kids are brushing their teeth. I don't know. It's just like the mental load falls so quickly. And I just kind of feel depressed for like a day or two.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was much quicker this time than years past
to get through it.
to get through it.
Okay.
Well, because you kind of called me out, and I was like, I don't want to be that person. And Cash, our son, was like, why is mom so angry?
So, side story.
Do you know how hard it is to parent you, son?
And I was like, because the reality I have to come back to is really hard. And then Blaine goes, yeah, your life is so hard. And I was like, yeah, that sounded
So
wrong.
Cash literally comes to me fairly concerned, and he goes like, "Why is mom so mad?" I said, "It's just she's coming back in. She's got stuff to do now, and she's just having a day, right? And that's okay. Sometimes, Cash, all you need to do, you don't need to say anything. You just go up and you just give her a nice big hug. That usually just makes someone feel good." He goes, "I'm watching this whole thing." She's like, "What are you doing?"
No, he hugs me.
He hugs me, and she goes, "What are you doing?" He doesn't say anything. Great. He just didn't say nothing. Just hugs her, holds her, and then he leaves. And then it's like, "Oh, I thought you needed that," or something like that. And
No,
she's
I
like,
said something like, I don't need this right now.
it couldn't have been more opposite. And then he's like, "Well, I'm getting ready for bed. That's what I need you to do." But it
Hey,
de-escalated you a little bit.
Listener, for the fun of the listener, remind us how old Cash is.
10.
Okay, really don't need your physical affection at this moment.
I've scarred
you,
him
son.
a little bit.
Oh, so funny. Because I couldn't have been more wrong, too.
I don't know. It's
yeah.
Maybe
I
you
don't
did
know.
need it.
No.
I mean, maybe there's also a sense of like, yeah, I do miss home. Like I miss being around my family. I don't know, like, but
Yeah.
that's not like something I can almost like put a pin on.
Yeah.
It's like very underlying, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
I-
talk about this.
okay.
I love every aspect of this.
Okay.
I love the frustration. I love the friction at times
Yeah.
in y'all's relationship, and then we can look at it.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it's a very common natural byproduct of anxious attachment.
Okay.
Is what this is, which I tend to have as well. But again, I experienced it on the front end of the vacation.
Yeah.
You can experience it both sides, but primarily on the back end. So I think a couple of things are going on that you just pointed out. The mental load, I don't think we can underestimate. You got to break from it.
Yeah, and it was so nice.
And now you're about to re-enter. And so that concept to recognize there's almost a buildup. What's happening to you in that moment is the exact same thing that happens to business people on Sunday night. It's what happens to kids on Sunday night during the school year.
Indeed.
It's the reality of I've been free from these demands.
Big time.
Now here they come. And I got to turn that part of my brain back on. And,
Yeah.
and we understand it's exhausting. So I think to recognize it, I think it's also a good opportunity for y'all as a couple, whenever you exit out of that to come back into it, say, all right, is there any part of this that we need to renegotiate? Is there aspects of this mental load that you're carrying too much of that you can step in to assist? Is it possible that one of the reasons it went so much faster this time is your awareness? And
I
so
would think so.
instead of friction creating friction, it was friction creating compassion. Okay, now how can we go about helping this? And then you begin to see, oh, wait, I was seeing the mental load that I'm going to have to carry. What I wasn't seeing is the partner that I have in this. And now
sure.
you're showing her the partner that she has, which causes that to calm a whole lot faster than maybe what it would otherwise. So mental load, I think there's three issues here, I think, primarily. I think you have the mental load issue. I think you do have the family issue that we can't underestimate. That yeah, after a month, you're ready to get home. We've all experienced that. They understand. What they're probably not going to say is there's aspects of them that are ready for you to leave, to get back to the calmness, right? There's just the quietness, the chaos can be a lot. But at the same time, there's this grief of these people that we love that we got to spend all this time with. It's going to be a period of time before we get that again. And even if they're going to come visit a month from now or whatever, there's still this reminder that our time is limited. I think about this every time that I'm home in Arkansas now, right? My mom just turned 80. My dad's 76 or 77. I can't remember. There's 4 years between them or 3. I can't remember how that works. But I think about this all the time. How much more time do we have?
Yeah.
And if I'm generally back in Arkansas one time a year, whereas Jenny and Ella get to go back 3 or 4 times because of Jenny's business. So if I'm there max once a year, you can begin to calculate the number of hours
You have left.
that I have left with my parents and my sister, right? And so there's a grief to that, even if it's not surface level.
Right.
Your body knows it, your emotions feel it, and it's underneath the table. And it's a testimony of your love for your family. It's a testimony of what a great time you just had. And how does grief so often express itself? Grief often expresses itself in frustration.
Yeah. Big time.
And so to recognize that and see that and appreciate that man, this is actually a good thing. Because if we didn't have any of that would be an issue. But then there's the third thing that I think we're dealing with, which is the anxious attachment, which is this concept of it's a threat to the bond. So here's what's happened. You've been able to take a break to just be, to just relate to each other and to be. And yeah, there's little things at somebody else's house of you're trying to make sure your kids pick up their stuff.
Yeah.
But you have help in that and assistance in that. And what's happened on vacation is we're no longer defined by all the daily demands that are taking place.
Yeah.
And our bond either comes to the surface more evident or it actually draws a little closer. And as somebody who's anxiously attached, as I tend to be as well, we're afraid of anything that's going to create any distance in that. Well, you're stepping back into now what's going to be, Blaine's going to be at work.
Yeah.
As much as you look forward to the kids going to school, the kids are going to be in school. You're going to have all these demands that you're going to be taken care of. And now you're, as Julie Manano would say, your attachment behavioral system is spiking, going, oh, this is a threat. And that threat is expressing itself now as frustration. For you experience it after the I experienced it before. I have that equal frustration before. Whether we're leaving town together, it's just me, it's just Jenny. There is this change. Like I know where I fit in this routine. This change is a threat. And it expresses itself in frustration in me. Do y'all see that in y'all? Do you think that's
change? But like what change of just like what you're going to be doing?
Like as we're about to go on vacation, it is a lot of my protective mode kicks in. Oh my goodness, I gotta. What about crossing the border? What about the passports? What about we got to navigate this? And how are we gonna? What if the car breaks down?
Right.
What if we get stuck at the airport? And well, how are we going to navigate? Whose house are we going to be at when we're back in Arkansas? What about Jenny's parents? What about my parents? How are we going to keep everybody happy in the midst of all those things? And so literally my brain is kicking into all of that. And what if I don't handle it right? And how can I mean, this shows you the sickness that's going on. But how it's going to separate all of us to some extent. And that makes me just very, very kind of agitated. And so what tends to happen for me is for the first half of travel, I'm this very tense, very angsty kind of person. And at some point, sometimes if we have a layover, a lot of times it's the second flight where
That you can relax.
my body relaxes.
I'm learning a lot about my dad right now.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Yes.
But yeah, my body relaxes, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I'm safe now. Like, like we're gonna make this happen.
So then what's happening? Why am I after the vacation?
So you're after because I think it's the re-entry of all the demands that are about to head your way.
Yeah.
And there is, let's face it, there's less connection.
Yeah.
With your kids, there's less connection. But Blaine was there, but
2 weeks apart is like, I mean, couples go for different reasons very long, but it's like you kind of have to like get to know each other quickly.
She is not overly affectionate and like focused.
Yeah.
It almost avoids me a little bit.
Yeah, and even like long distance dating, it was always weird for me to like, oh, now we're like
fully vulnerable again.
Yeah, we're like hugging now,
Yes.
and we haven't seen each other.
Yes,
that's so interesting.
Even after being married for 15 years, it like takes me a second to like get used to being with him and doing life with him again.
Yeah.
And let's throw a pin in this conversation. And next time we have Barbara Wilson on, let's
Yeah.
ask her about
Yeah.
that aspect. 'Cause I'm intrigued. Because part of me is wondering, is there also an aspect within that of she's going to talk about, many people are going to talk about, many women have a responsive kind of sexual drive. So it's not, men, it just happens, right? For women, they have to warm up.
Totally.
Right, to begin to feel
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's an aspect of that that's happening here. Of whenever you're gone for 2 weeks, it's probably all Blaine's thinking about, and he's like the second she returns.
And golf.
Right, the moment. Well, you're getting to play golf.
True.
The moment she returns, this is happening. And you might come in with the idea of he's thinking this.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't
Gear
necessarily
up.
feel it.
Yeah.
And so there is this time. It's responsive. So you're going to have to rebuild that safety and that
Yeah.
sense of connection.
Yeah,
And
for
so
sure.
in the same way that it would happen on a regular basis sexually, I wonder if it's happening just with intimacy in general.
Yes.
That there's been that break and you got to rewarm yourself up
Yeah,
to it.
100%.
And I wasn't even talking sexually.
I wasn't either.
I was talking like even just like it feels as if a sister has come home. That's the level
Yeah,
of.
I'm not like a worm. I
she's
don't know.
Like, oh my gosh, give me a big hug. Like, no, she's like
Kinda
standoffish.
cold.
And,
Yeah.
yeah. And I've come to again, anxious me back in the day was like, what can I do? What am I doing? What's it? You know, it's just like, you know, now it's like, give it a minute and it's going to be okay.
I'm sorry.
No. go
Was
ahead.
your house affectionate growing up? Okay, think about this. We've re-entered. I remember we
Sorry,
did an
I
episode.
shook my head, realizing people could not hear my answer.
The answer is no.
I think
hard
they
no.
understood. For those, hey, you can always watch on YouTube if you're listening on Apple or Spotify. So think about this. I do remember Barbara Wilson back. We did an episode together around the holidays, maybe 2 years ago, and she was talking about her children being back around the table and how interesting it is that the moment you re-enter with your family of origin, you take on the role that you had as a child. And so she said, I think it's three adult children are around the table and they're picking on their little brother who is a grown man. And I, as a mom, am getting on to them about picking on their little brother, and we're literally reenacting as though they were 8, 6, and 4. And she says, that's just what we do. And I noticed that within me, that whenever I go back home, I become quieter. Jenny, maybe the very first year of marriage, we're in Birmingham, Alabama, but we come home for some of the holidays. We're driving back to Alabama, and Jenny, in a not a mean way at all, but just a reflective way, said, I don't really like you around your family.
Yeah.
And I said, what do you mean? And she's like, you just shut down. Like you're not there. And so the person that she knows
Yeah.
is I'm so much less of myself. Well, apparently that's not the role my family ever expected me to play, but that's just how I responded to our dynamic.
Yeah.
Is I just shut down.
And that's like a psychological thing that happens. Like we can't help it, or we have to be super
Yes.
intentional to.
It's-
Is
you're-
that why like Jesus couldn't be a prophet in his hometown because like he reverted back to his childhood?
I don't think he was reverting back, but people
He
were
did not
looking-
have anxious
No,
attachment.
I think Jesus was just fine.
Yeah.
But I do think it is this idea of, yes, I think it happens, no question. Now, we can then, with intention, recognize it and choose a different pathway.
Right.
But if we have no intention, if we just go
Or if
back,
we're not aware.
we're probably just going to re-enter some dynamic of what we
Interesting.
had
That's
before.
funny.
And so think about this. You've now spent a month playing this old role that is still in you. It's still an aspect of who you are and again, love styles. It's how love feels natural to us. Well, now you're coming back into your house, and it takes a little bit to make that switch,
Yep.
that this isn't who we are. This isn't how
Right.
we are a much more affectionate family than my family of origin. It might still be less affectionate than many other families. That's how people would look at us, but it's more than what we experience.
Yeah.
And so it just takes a little bit of time to warm into that. And what I love here is just the thoughtfulness for both of you to recognize, okay, it's a transition. Gonna take a minute. Let's give everybody a minute. I'm gonna be fine. She's gonna be fine. We're trying some things that aren't always working.
True.
But just showing that, hey, this is all normal stuff.
Yeah.
And instead of allowing this friction, because think about how personal this could go very quickly.
Oh, yes.
If you didn't respond in a secure way,
Yeah.
then this literally could, and it probably has in the
It
past,
has, yeah.
Yeah.
could become a whole explosion that then carries on for weeks.
For
Yes.
sure.
Whereas now it was 24, 48 hours, 72
Yeah.
hours, and we're
Yeah.
kind of into it now.
Totally. And I was even going to add on the like practicality of it, because I was sensing it. We even talked about this on the phone. Like, I joked. I said, I'm going to count how many things you get mad at that are ridiculous when you come home, because they're ridiculous. But I get it. You're going to get mad, and that's
and
okay.
I was like, yeah, you're
She's like,
right.
yeah.
Like I agreed. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
And you've done such a good job of like helping me kind of snap out of it and being very gracious and giving me time.
But then I was going to say too, like the practicality of like, if there's others that are, I'm sure this is a very common thing, even to the weekends. I'm curious about the kids going back to school, but I was like, what do you want to do? Do you want me to go get groceries? You would think that's like a nice thing to do. Give me the whole list. And she's like, I can't think about that right now.
I was like, the list is too big. I can't deal with it.
So I love this. I
Yeah.
love this. You're trying to be helpful,
Yeah.
but what you did in the moment was add to the mental load
Yes.
that's already overwhelming.
Correct. Yeah.
You know I hate the list.
Yeah. I
But
can't-
what you did do, you were like, should we go for Jack's when you get home? Like, should we go out and get food, or should we eat at home or something? I was
Right.
like, and that was so nice to just give me two options, and I chose what we all.
And then we did was, well, let's get, because the list is too big. We recognize that. But let's get through. She came back home on a Friday night. So we go to Jack's, out to dinner for Friday night. I said, let me get everything that gets us to lunchtime on Sunday. So we had the bacon and the eggs and the things
Just
in
the
the morning,
basics,
the
yeah.
basics, which gave her a little bit of space to be like, okay, at least that's done. Now, once we got to the afternoon, we're like, okay, let's start thinking about what's coming.
Yeah, you just can't do it all at once. Like for me, I just have to like take it like hour by hour almost right in the beginning. Be like, okay, we do need this. I'll put it on the list.
Yeah.
It's just if it's all coming at you
yeah.
at one shot, it's just
It's overwhelming.
yeah.
So Blaine, for you, vacation, leading up to it, much stress?
Blaine doesn't get stressed.
I would say the highest stress would be in the vacation, ensuring that everyone is having the time they need and deserve and want. And
But going in, not much, kind of excitement. There's some things you got to worry about. General excitement.
Yeah.
On vacation, probably a typical level of, so you'd be stressed here at times, you're stressed there at times. Generally okay. Coming back, not a big deal. Re-entry, we're going to re-enter. Let's watch how Adrienne re-enters. Right, yeah, that's secure attachment. That's secure attachment.
He's secure in all areas.
And then anxious
No.
attachment is us. It's me beforehand, stressed out, right? During, generally okay, and then coming back, man,
no problem.
I'm thrilled.
Really?
Like, let's go.
Well, because you also get a sense of your domain and control
back in the routine,
of
back where I have control,
yeah.
back where everything is exactly where I need it to
and
be.
I come back feeling out of control.
And yes, no, that's exactly right.
But before, I feel like I can plan, I can pack, I can do all that. But coming back, I'm like, well, here goes nothing.
Yeah. So if you look in relationships, why is one spouse vacations or changes are generally stress free, and the other one it's more difficult? Chances are secure attachment can handle these things pretty normally. Some form of non-secure attachment is going to have these frictions and frustrations. We just need to become aware of them. And then how can we give each other space? How can we create kindness and generosity in what is taking place? And then are there ways that we kind of plan around to minimize this to some extent? And then what empowers us to go back into our childhood, back into our history and say, all right, what is it that caused this? And are there some changes that I can make? Some ways we're not going to. But to recognize, oh man, my family of origin, a little bit less affectionate. So yeah, it's going to take me a little bit more time to warm up into that. And there might even be some intentional things that you can do in the process of transitioning back into your house to make that happen.
Like what? Is this an ideas room?
I think awareness is a big thing.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, I think it's a very legitimate question. I think awareness is a big thing. And then, Blaine, for you to be understanding of, I'm not going to force this as quickly as I'm going to want to. But then, Adrienne, for you to be intentional of, I'm actually going to be overly affectionate a little bit to warm back up a little bit faster. And so, look, I don't want to hug right now. But I'm actually going to, we talk about, actually, ironically, in the creation of us. We talk about, David Sinarch talks about hugging until relaxed. And so it is this exercise where you hug each other And at about the time you would tend to want to break away,
Keep
stay.
hugging.
I think our son Cash explained that doesn't work for her.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right.
Maybe it wasn't long
and then
enough.
you stay, and you press past the uncomfortableness, and eventually your body kind of collapses into each other just a little bit. There could be a test. You're not forcing this upon yourself too much, but I am going to encourage myself a little bit more than I want to, and just see what this is like. To see, is there a way to warm this up a little bit faster than maybe I would otherwise? It's still not going to be as fast as other people. That's totally fine. But it's a way to modify for y'all as a couple of what's going on. But here's what I love. This happens in almost every family. Maybe it's the kids that are doing it. The parents don't recognize. And when we're unaware of it, what happens is we become extremely judgmental. The one party is like, well, why don't you like vacation? Why don't you like me? Oh, you come home and you don't want to be, you don't want to even hug me. I mean, this is all cold. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with us? No. This is very normal stuff. Now, once we become aware of it, then we can navigate it to where it doesn't harm us. It actually draws us closer together. And what's happening now is, my guess is, whereas in the past this would have caused kind of some friction for a long period of time for y'all, this time you kind of have a little bit greater appreciation for Blaine.
Totally.
Of, oh, he's kind of getting me.
Yes.
And you aren't nearly as offended. Instead, it's like, oh,
I know she loves
too bad
me.
for her.
Yeah.
That's how I think Jenny looks at it sometimes. Is, man, I feel bad for Kevin. That leading up to this vacation, he's going to be stressed out and all this kind of stuff. But he'll be all right.
Yeah.
He'll figure it out.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yep.
All the possibility that's
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear your stories. Go to changetheodds.com or in the YouTube comments. Just leave a comment there of how does this express itself in your relationship? What does it look like for you? We'd love to talk further on this. I think it's a very interesting topic.
Yeah, because when you start to communicate more and learn more, you know what's going to happen, Kevin?
What's going to happen?
It's going to
After they
and
pre-order the creation
read the
of
book,
us,
buy the book.
it's going to change the odds.
Okay, that was my moment, but you took it.
We'll see you next time.